Snakes are right there. Like I said, don't need to worry about them. Just kick in right now.
It is live.
Right. Here we go.
Discord telling us it's live.
Got it.
Just right there with its site.
Got it on my watch.
Alright, we are live. What's going on, peeps? Hello!
Alright, guys. Can you guess where we're at?
Oh, give us 1 second. The ducky, we see you. The manager. There you go, you got ducky. Yeah.
Right on, Ducky. Happening.
That's there, and the events are on tap. All of the other should still make a noise.
Yeah, he's a fat guy. I'm slow and old.
We're teaching him. We're teaching him. All right.
Catching up a little bit.
Anyways, we got Leon, Alex.
What is this?
He's got a whole chat so he can read it.
We're really, really tiny. This is my iPhone. All right, guys. So just to let you know, you might hear some strange noises while we're doing this. We've got the microphones down low, and every time I move my feet, so I'm kind of hyperactive, it's going to probably be loud. However, we also have the SP7 Spirit Box going, kind of in the background. They're chatting to us a little bit. We're not really listening too much at this point. We're just trying to get everything set up. And I can't read who that is.
You got your glasses on.
I got my glasses on. It's red. Hi.
That was me.
That's it. Never mind. That was him. So right now we are in Concordia Cemetery in El Paso, Texas. This is was the official cemetery for the city. This is actually 3 miles outside of town when they turned this into a cemetery. And I don't know if you can see the background, but we are pretty much in the heart of El Paso. We're 3 miles. Okay, I'm looking at my view right there. So, yeah, we are kind of, well, we're right in the middle of El Paso now. El Paso has grown through it. Let me give you a little background on this place. So this place used to be like 900 acres. It was granted to a guy named Hugh Stevenson back in the 1820s. And so that actually a little bit later than that. But he came to town in the 1820s. He had first built a house out in Las Cruces, about 40 miles from here to our west. And he decided to kind of like this land. This guy amassed a lot of land. He had 23,000 acres given to him by Mexico, south of Las Cruces, New Mexico, between Las Cruces, New Mexico, and old Mesilla, New Mexico. It wasn't old back then, but it was Mesilla, New Mexico back then. And at the time, this was Mexico. So this is before Texas became anything. It kind of was something in name, but it was still part of Mexico. So he was. They say he was one of the first white people to actually settle in this area. But he wasn't the first white person to come here. There's a guy that came to help the Spaniards build a bridge across the Rio Grande back in like 1804. And he was like a white guy. I think he was from Virginia or something. There was another guy, Zebulon Pike, who came down from. He was an explorer. Zebulon Pike. He's the guy that Pike's Peak is named after. He came to. The Spaniards arrested him because he crossed the international border on accident. He got lost. So he's an explorer that got lost and ended up all the way down to Mexico City, but he passed through here back in like 1807 or something. And that's not what we're concentrating on. We're actually concentrating on what this was. So in about 1854, Hugh Stevenson, he had a house here, and there was a church. It was going to be a town. They called it Stevensonville. Hugh actually named it after the town that he grew up in, called Concordia, Missouri. So he decided he was going to name it one thing, and everybody else decided it was going to be something else. So anyway, Concordia stuck. And up near the front gate up there, he had his house. And Alex is going to kind of pan over there so you can see it. So you can kind of see right over there where the vehicles are. They say that might have been his house. We're pretty sure that that's where Juana, his wife, Juana Escarate, her actual name was Juana Maria Escarate Stevenson. She was gored by her pet deer, and it got infected, and she actually died of sepsis. So in 1854, that she was the very first person buried out here. It wasn't supposed to be a cemetery. In 1869, Fort Bliss, the Army fort that's nearby, this part of El Paso, at the time, yeah, it said Concordia on the spirit box, guys. So they actually called it Camp Concordia. And so the fort was here. And at the far end, way behind us, probably about 200 yards behind us, was where they kept the horses. Interesting fact is that if the conditions are right, you can still smell those horses. You can smell the manure. You can smell the horses, I guess they're stockades, they're corrals, which is very interesting because there hasn't been horses here since about 1870. So that's a long time ago for manure to stick around, right? Anyway, after Fort Bliss moved, this is pretty useful, the land out here, and Juana was already buried here. And Hugh Stevenson decided he was going to start a cemetery, but it was just a small little cemetery like most of them were back then. Well, the city started buying up parts of it. We're skipping way ahead at this point. But the city started buying up a whole bunch of it. The county bought some of it. Different churches bought some of it. The Jewish synagogue bought some of it, which is right over there. The Chinese community bought some of it, which is right behind the camera right there. And if you were like, he's going to show you where the Chinese part is. Right there. We can't get in there today. They're doing construction in there, which has got to be kind of scary, actually. Hoping you're not going to accidentally dig up some remains. Who knows how deep they are or shallow. Now, anyway, 1882, this is like the height of the gunfighter era. This is when they started burying the people, like from the Methodist Church. If they belonged to the Methodist Church, they were in the Methodist Church area. If they're in the Catholic Church, they're in the Catholic Church area, etc., right? So 1882, this place started filling up. They still use this as a cemetery. Like, they still bury people here, but you cannot buy a plot here. If you were to be buried here, that means somebody donated the land to you. The late Leon Metz, the historian, El Paso historian that's been on TV and all kinds of TV shows, he's actually buried over there. Somebody donated a plot to him. And it's kind of on the exit. The almost the outside of Concordia, but it's still within the footprint. So he got to be buried here. Quite an honor. Actually, right behind me is the gravesite of John Wesley Hardin. John Wesley Hardin was the most notorious gunfighter in the Old West, even when he was alive. Actual sociopath. We'll go into him a little bit later. They just said later. Now, I will be honest with you. I'm kind of looking around because I saw 2 or 3 people near an area we call the Vortex. It's near where John Selman was killed. John Selman's the guy, or buried. He wasn't killed. He was buried there. But John Selman's the guy that killed John Wesley Hardin. And it's just right over there. And I saw 2 or 3 people hanging around over there. I can't find them, guys. I've been looking everywhere. Nobody has left. The only people that have come in is that vehicle. This new truck that came in. Is the Honda truck that came in. Those people are nowhere to be found. I have seen full-body apparitions here before. We're not going to get out. It's okay if we're here. We're being respectful. They just told us to get out. But that's not the first time I've seen a full-body apparition here. You know, I saw at least one that I know of for sure walking down the little road over here, Stevenson's road, they call it, Stevenson's Lane, and he just disappeared, like in front of my eyes. I actually described him to one of the guys that used to run this place, a guy named Chris, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I call him Juan." So he's seen him too. And he's not like Victorian era. He was more like early 80s, late 70s. the type of clothes he was wearing, it blew me away, right? It's not the only people that are seen here. So there are people that are seen here walking, even in the daytime, guys, taking a stroll through the cemetery, and they're wearing like late 1880s clothes or early 1900s clothes. Like, I think the guy's got a bowler hat, and he's wearing a black suit, and the woman is wearing a black Victorian dress, like they're in mourning. You know, possibly they're buried here somewhere. And they're just out for hola. And they're out here just taking a walk. Very interesting place.
We're not gonna stop.
Maybe one of them will walk behind us. I'd like to see that. Yeah, cool, yeah. Okay, back to John Wesley Hardin a little bit. So John Wesley Hardin had a man killed for his money. One of about 25 people that he killed. He didn't actually pull the trigger on this one. He had other people do it. That man is actually buried right here, 2 spots away. His name is Martin Morose. So John Wesley Hardin had him killed. For his penance, they buried him almost next to him. Now, there are a couple lawmen in the area. There's a Texas Ranger over here. We're going to talk about a little bit later on. Texas Ranger over here. Got to do a little research to find the other guys, but there's a couple more lawmen that are basically encircling John Wesley Hardin at this point. So, I don't know. It's kind of a strange thing to be buried around amongst other lawmen, you know, or you're an outlaw and you're buried with lawmen, you know. What are they trying to do? What are they trying to say? Keeping you in your place the whole time, right? You're in jail forever, for eternity. So, yeah, that's Concordia in a nutshell. 60 to 65,000 bodies buried here. Now, I was told that if I'm wandering around one of the slower areas, kind of the outreach areas, just don't be shocked if you find mummified body parts. On many occasions, they have come out to find like a mummified hand laying there. And it's because the ground squirrels that are in this area dig into the ground and they find that little pocket inside the casket and they decide to make a nest. So they clean it out and they pull a bunch of those body parts out. And the ones they can carry, they put them outside. Yeah. So definitely weird. And you have to watch your step, especially in the outlying areas, because the caskets over time tend to collapse. And they leave like a big dip. Terrifying. It's creepy. Creepy as hell. Yeah.
I'm surprised that's as quiet.
I know. It's so listen, guys. We don't have our filters on the SB7. The SB7 is notoriously noisy. Yep. Yeah, with a whole bunch of static and stuff. We don't have any of those filters on right now. Yet it's nice and quiet, and all we're getting is the voices. We just, a piece of equipment I'm sure you guys have seen during our tours is one of those pieces of equipment. It's like guitar pedals, and one of those guitar pedals is a reverb, so it stretches the vocal tones out. So I'm surprised we can actually understand some of the stuff coming through. Pretty good. We just didn't want the security guard. Hey, what are you doing? You going ghost hunting? You can't do that here. We're not. We're actually doing an educational program, so you guys kind of understand this place. Now, over the years, this place has looked terrible. This place was overgrown with all kinds of weeds, tumbleweeds, mesquite, you name it. It was terrible. But over the past like 10 or so years, what they have done is they have actually cleaned this place up a lot. So what you're seeing now is actually a better version of what you used to see. Stand by 1 second. We got a minute. So anyway, like we said, they've done a whole lot of maintenance here. But one of the problems is in certain parts of the area, the people that were actually cleaning up the area they moved rocks around and they piled them up. So people think that they're graves, and they're actually not graves. They're actually just piles of rocks, unfortunately. Now, a lot of things back in those days, what they would do is they would use wood to mark the graves, like wooden grave markers. A lot of people would. And that they are long gone. Even the limestone grave markers are wearing out because of a lot of the wind and the dust and things like that. That's one of the problems we have also. So many of the graves, I would say, overwhelming number of graves are unreadable. But the El Paso Concordia Heritage Foundation knows where most of those graves are located. So they're able to find them, and every once in a while they're able to mark them. And here's something kind of cool. Sometimes we'll have a really good wind, a nice, good, like a windstorm that will uncover some of the gravestones. So now we know exactly where that person's at. Yes. So pretty neat. Now, let's see. I'm still looking for those people, guys. I'm still looking for those people I saw. I am not seeing them. Can I ask you a question? Was there a guy in a red shirt that came in earlier? That? Okay, so no guy in a red shirt. I saw a guy in a red shirt. Strange place indeed. So, and you guys can ask questions on here, and I'll see if I can't answer them. So that'd be nice. But they say Juana Maria Escarate Stevenson, buried right over there near the entrance. However, they're not sure exactly where she's buried. There's just so many people buried here over, what, 140, 150 years, something like that. So there are a whole bunch of people. Now, if you can see inside, you can see there's some flowers in there. There's actually some coins. People visit this place, John Wesley Hardin's grave, and they put little trinkets and stuff inside to pay their respects. Now, John Wesley Hardin, he's a sociopath. He's a murderer. He's straight up. He was bad. He's the guy that shot somebody for snoring too loud. And this guy, he died by the gun, by the way. Killed by John Selman in 1895. John Selman's buried right over there, probably about, well, yeah, 70, 75 yards that way. Now, this was in August 19th of 1895 when he was murdered. And 100 years later, in 1995, some people claiming to be his family members came to town with a court order to exhume his body and take it back to East Texas and be buried with the family. So we got a court order blocking that, and we kicked them out of town. We told them to leave. And we came here and we dug up this site. And we filled it with concrete. And we put this cage around him so nobody could ever do that again. So even though John Wesley Hardin was only here for a very short period of time, probably a little over a year, he's part of El Paso now. So a lot of people actually do come to El Paso to see John Wesley Hardin. Right. So a lot of people don't know where John Selman's buried, right over there. They don't know about the lawmen, the other lawmen, the rangers and stuff that are buried here. They just want to see John Wesley Hardin. So I've talked to actually talked to people who came to El Paso specifically to see his grave. So kind of cool. But I'm going to show you guys around a little bit. Now you guys can kind of see how big this place is. This is only about, probably almost half. Not quite half, almost half of what you're seeing here. Acres and acres and acres. Like I said, originally it was a 900-acre farm. 900 acres is like 3 square miles. Huge. This right here, I would say, is probably almost 1 square mile. So it's probably about 1/3 of the original size. Now they say, I'll pan the camera around a little bit here. Over there, you guys see the highway. They say that right around that area is where Fort Bliss was, or Camp Concordia was. Now all the way over here, if you see where the American flag is, way over there, just to the right of that, that's where they kept their horses. That is a long way from the headquarters. See over there? Maybe not. Might have been a little bit closer. So, they're looking for those people. Now, another interesting thing about this place. All right, got a microphone.
Yeah.
Now over here, you can see their little roads leading different places. This is Hardin Road. Over here where the his gravesite is. This one over here is Chinese Drive. Little short little road. Whoa. There's the Chinese section. There's some of their grave sites right there. Looks like they're doing some restoration on it. This is the Mormon section. Mormon section. These are the people that were expelled from Mexico during the Mexican-American War. Or not, I'm sorry, Mexican Revolution. Now you see all these little piles of rocks. A lot of those are from the Spanish flu times when it killed so many children. Most of the people in that section right there are children. Like I said, some of these are very, very hard to read.
Okay.
In my estimation, there are probably people stacked on top of people out here. Probably aren't buried 6 feet under. Some of them are probably buried just under the surface. Some are probably buried 10 feet under by now. All right. Like I said, if you guys ever come to El Paso and you like creepy stuff, you come out here. There are other people who do tours at night here. We kind of avoided it at night. It's kind of disrespectful, and we like to try to center around the history of the place. Now, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to do a series of these videos, and we're going to visit certain historic people. It's just, this place is so big, we'd take you for a ride all the way over there, 1/4 of a mile, to see somebody else. we're going to visit with Florida Wolf. People call her Lady Flo. Here's a little hint as to who she was. She was an actual lady. Born into slavery. She became an actual lady, like royalty, which is pretty neat. We're going to take you over to John Selman. Again, that's the guy that killed John Wesley Hardin, murdered him. Not a very good friend of Billy the Kid, by the way. We're going to try to take you into other sections where other people are of note. People of note are buried, and tell you a little bit about their stories too. Meanwhile, watching for full body apparitions. It's so strange. We'll let you guys kind of watch for anybody walking around. I am trying so hard to study. Hey Alex, I got it panned out that way so people can watch for anything moving around.
All right.
But,
Not a problem.
Oh yeah.
Let me move you guys real quick.
Oh man, I don't have any cards. Yeah, I went to DeSoto. Yeah. Oh. But now we're at the garden. Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah. I've been about a month ago. Oh, he knows everything about that.
All right. You're gonna listen to me for a second. I'm gonna put you guys the mics on the speaker itself. Oh, probably not a good idea. We have to relocate real quick because we're going to open up the thing and take out a bunch of flowers. I'm just going to carry you around real fast. Hold on.
Right here. Oh, you do. That's what it is. So,
All right, give me a moment. Sorry, the lady from the Concordia Heritage Society showed up. And she wanted us to move so that we can open up the website. Anyways, now Leon is currently talking to her. See, I might run the Twitch, but Leon is the voice and face behind everything. I'm just the guy that does all the tech stuff. As soon as we get rid of these flowers, we will continue with this stuff. I don't know why Leon wants to talk to her, but it's okay. I don't mind. See, Leon likes all the history. I like all the paranormal. It's a whole different thing. Granted, they go hand in hand, but you know, it is what it is. I think she's done over there. Pretty sure I can move back. Could be wrong. Yeah, that's one thing about Leon. He can talk and talk and talk and talk. It's a good thing, though. Oh, they did give me this. Give me a nice little mat. I don't know how accurate it is, but we can go with that, right? Stay hydrated, folks. While you're all in your air-conditioned or heated houses. Like I said, I think we can move back over that way. Yeah. Really?
No, thank you.
And back over there.
Yeah, that's cool. I might end up. 'Cause I don't know if I do well at, but I'll probably be one of the stories. Rodney. The names are coming back, so those two guys are probably going to be involved. They're really good at history. Keith and I don't get along.
Ah, I see Denbrew joined.
You know,
Thanks, Denbrew.
he said,
Nice.
yes, he's rigid. But I mean, you know, to his credit. He's got everything right. So yeah, we started off with Dan Solomon. We wanted to do a documentary on the family. We started this like and digging and finding more and more and more and more. Finding out that the story that is accepted. Basically, so there's a guy that wrote a book. I think it was called It was about George and it was written by a guy who's in contact with George Campbell's grandson. And he has all this documentation of George Campbell's story. That was.
You guys still hear the spirit box and stuff like that?
Yeah.
All these pictures that I was taking, they'll be up in our Discord.
I found
Oh my.
it's off the Donovan. It's near, I don't want to say near Montreal, but it's in that area.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me see what that is.
Towards Mexico. One of my friends is his great-great-grandson. And I know he's contacted you. But his name is Marcelo Mitchell. And Dita clans to live there. I actually talked to John Hale's grandson.
I don't know if you can hear the conversation on the side or not.
Yeah. Oh, I've gone on El Paso Street, walked it, and I'm just sit there. And this couldn't have happened like this. It's not possible. It had to happen over here, especially because of Zach White's story that happened at the store, and the smoke was hanging, and all these people, the eyewitness accounts of everything that goes together. I mean, the historians did a great job of getting us there, but it's the details. Oh yeah. Yeah. Who knows how many shots they fired? They didn't track that. So I used to do all that. I know. And you know, when they talk about a shooting happening, everybody's got a different perspective. Some people heard 5 shots, some people heard 1, some people heard 20 shots. What's the real story? Now you can kind of piece it together forensically.
I like how it keeps going
When you
out.
have those friends, all we can go on is what's awesome. With this one, the most interesting, fun one is John Wesley.
Switch over here.
Yeah, everybody does. And then Ernest St. Louis. One day. Oh, that is awesome. I was going to say that was cool. Oh yeah, like John Selman. Selman has connections to Billy in Lincoln County.
Right.
Oh, nice. Oh, really?
I think we posted it.
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
There we go.
Jim?
Well, you know, the funny thing is, we're going to try to do Wednesdays for this.
Way too bright out here, guys.
Okay.
Just.
Trying to hurry up.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. They got to cut it short.
Oh.
It's like,
What?
A pretty quiet day though, guys.
it's a brown.
Hey, Ducky, you still here?
I was over there like a year ago, actually. You know who else has got an interesting story? This lady. So many people think she was actually.
Just waiting for something if you are. If you got questions, you go ahead and ask.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. So with tell me if you think if you Because the slave trade in Cuba was still going until like 1800. Because the last name is Wolf, and the biggest slave trader in Cuba.
If you're not, that's fine. I don't mind.
Oh no, I didn't hear that. I just had put things together.
When I get back to streaming on my own channel, you guys need to
Yeah, I actually got to play.
make sure I start working out or something.
Or a pinstripe suit and a tweed vest and a bowler hat. I got to be. Oh, good.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Los
He's like, oh, I'm busted.
calles.
They actually asked us to do something once they get done. Yeah. They're gonna do everything the old way. So I was talking to Dan. She's the owner, right? She's the director. Yeah. She played it. And she said, look,
I don't know.
you guys to come in. Like, yeah, that sounds good. I mean, the benefit. Plenty. Okay.
So, you guys get anything to talk about?
Oh, cool.
Entonces,
So, interesting. Interesting thing with advertising. Henry. So, as a paranormal team, we get called out to, and it was like this percentage. And the people there have been seeing like and right? And so we went out there to check it out. It was me and Alex. It's just me and Alex. Who else was there?
Jordan came.
Yeah, Jordan. And anyway, one of my friends had was and they kept saying
hello.
curly blonde hair, and wearing like and he's just running by. So my friend said, the kid ran right by him, and he said, I said, what do he look like? He goes, I just saw the top of his head and he just vanished. And I pulled out a picture. And I asked the lady, I said, was he like this? And she goes, that's him. I was like, David. And that would have been no man's land. But what a perfect place to bury a body. And I asked them if they saw Albert, and I showed them a picture of Albert. They're like, no.
No? You guys can hear the spirit box all right now?
Oh, wow. Easy. Yeah.
What we're really doing is we're using the spirit box to fuel the air. Oh, hold on. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Oh, I want to tell you, I talked to John Wesley Hardin, and he's like, yeah, Marcelo Medina. Yeah, Marcelo Medina's uncle. And this guy described John Hill as being 6'9". He said he had ice blue eyes. This man had ice blue. He looked.
Sure.
And there's no pictures of John Hill. He said that they found, he took a picture and he zoomed in on a picture of the family. The family had a picture of John they could find. And he said the picture is right there, but it's all blurry. So it said that picture is right there. You can't find it. It's 6'9". Well, when they buried him, but yeah, this guy looks exactly like I have a picture of John Hill's son.
I know. We're trying to get his attention. We're not doing too hot.
Could be part of the family. Most of the family's still here. Most of the family. Yeah. That's exactly what they are. I'll look at the okay, yeah. I forgot to fill it out. There's no number on it. Yeah. Okay, 95 490 676.
Go back and redact that phone number.
Well, that'd be great. And Rodney I don't know if I think that's what it was.
Turn that one on too.
Ready?
I believe it too.
Yeah. Amy.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Do you think they were not originally blue?
You guys see anything in the background?
Billy.
I'm only asking because I haven't seen that. And I'm out here.
Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. Cuma. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing it.
Yeah, but. Hello.
Nope.
You can send them a message.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Who we got? Welcome back, Denver.
Maybe they're good. Awesome. It's meant to be.
I tried to catch the follow earlier, but I didn't have the tablet in my hand.
That's gonna be good. I'll go through the list of the most notable people here.
We're just waiting for Leon to come back. Still talking to the lady of the people that have anxiety. So you get to look at me, Billy on the bench. This is a whole different thing that I'm used to. I'm used to sitting around in a chair playing some sort of video game. Not this IRL thing, but I figured we'll try it. We'll see how it works. And thank you for fixing the link for me. I totally forgot that Matt said that we can post it in there.
I was actually in the animal bathroom. and just followed a little ranch road. We're talking 200 yards from the
And I was like, oh yeah,
border.
let me do that real fast while I have my phone.
And there were some notable people there. Which, and from what we used to call 3G Hill, you actually get a signal. And it sort of borders the valley, right? And so up on top of this hill, you can see
But I do appreciate the follow.
probably 100 yards from the actual. There's a little white house out there. It's kind of cool. Nobody lives there. And up on top of the hill, I found pieces of.
And he's talking about his border patrol days. See that?
And then some of the drivers there told me that I watched that house. And he went down there and he
Right.
and I was like, well, these would so I was like, a lot of movies. It was kind of off the map what he was doing.
I know. Very excited.
Yeah, Antelope Grove is out. Oh, okay. It's a nice drive, but if you're prepared, no, not in the dark. No. It has to be in the dark. Oh, okay. Well, nice talking to you. We will. We will. Oh, yeah, we'll be out of here. We have the winter. Okay. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
What time is it closed now?
5.
Oh, we'll be out of here long before that.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, sweet. Okay, guys, I'm back. I was just talking to the.
Yeah, I already. I know that.
Okay.
I don't know why you're going into your border patrol days and all that other stuff, but hey. Twitch.
Two fish. Yes. Guys, there's only a very few times you actually get to run into somebody that knows every square inch of this place. She's the one. So good news is,
What's good news? You want the good news about how she just said that you don't know nothing about John Wesley Hardin?
and that's one of them. No. Well, the good news is I've been asked to be part of their
Yeah, I know.
Old West stuff. So I'm telling you which. So I've been asked to be part of their Old West stuff, so I can be. I'll be like a reenactor. I'm John Wesley Hardin. This is my story. That sort of thing. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if Alex told you they just gave us a map, which is very,
I
very
showed them the
helpful.
map.
Good. Very, very helpful, and all the notable people that were buried here, which is really, really cool.
I don't understand why we had to move everything so you can open it.
I know, guys. I tried to get in there, and they're like, and she's like, "Oh, it's too late. He closed it already."
Back over here, guys.
That's okay, because one day I'm gonna go in there. Look, technically, I'm in. I'm in. Ouch. That hurt. All right, so yeah, sorry for the long delay there. I was being kind of boring at first. Anybody say anything? Yes. So, oh, that was you again. All right.
I was saying thanks for the follow, Denver.
Yeah. All right, guys. You guys, you'll probably stumble up on it a little bit later. Sorry, it was so boring at the very beginning because Patricia showed up and we had a chit chat about stuff because she's so knowledgeable. Anyway, word is Chinese cemetery. This is what she just told me. Now the Chinese cemetery, you guys saw it earlier, and there's like 10 stones in there. They did a ground penetrating radar a few years back, and that thing is packed with people. Even though the stones aren't there, the place is packed. That pretty much sums up this entire place. It is packed. 60 to 65,000 bodies were buried here. They're still putting people here, but you have to already own a piece of it. Like, so there's some family plots, and the family plots have space, but only for their family. So I don't know if you guys have been listening to the Spirit Box. I was hearing some responses while I was talking to it. I was halfway paying attention.
Like 6 times.
Yeah, I said my name a few times, huh?
Leon.
Sorry.
Leon.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm paying attention, guys. I'm paying attention. You know her, though. Where's
She starts talking about Daniel. Starts talking about Henry. And I'm like, they're two fake people.
we're not involved with those people.
More.
So it's a good thing we came out here. So here's the thing. We are limited to our time here at the cemetery. Okay, first of all. We can't show up until after noon. Noon is when it starts. Yeah, okay. And we got to be out of here by 5. Well, we're not going to keep you on the hook for that long.
No.
Okay?
Well, first, the phone won't last that long.
Yeah. And another cool thing is we were offered a chance to do another ghost tour here. We have to figure out what time, how much it's going to cost, and try to make sure we fill like get everybody together. So last time we did it, I had to come out of pocket like $150. That's after the tickets we sold. So we want to make sure that I'm not paying $150 for people to walk around in the dark out here.
That means tickets will probably be 30.
We'd have to raise the ticket prices just because,
And we'd have to have enough people.
and we'd have to have enough people. Yes, we have to raise it just depends on what they're going to charge us. Since we're not a non-profit, they charge us more.
Ah, is that what it is?
That's what it is. Not a non-profit, they charge us more. Yes. But I'm kind of wondering if we did it in the
Because
daytime.
if we did it during the daytime, it'd be a whole different story.
Yeah. Yes, it would. It'd have to be heavy on the history. So, with that,
You want to finish your story about John Wesley Hardin, or are we done with that story?
I think we're done with John Wesley Hardin.
All right.
We're done with John Wesley Hardin. All right, let me give you,
Recap. John Wesley Hardin.
Okay, recap with John Wesley Hardin. He came to El Paso not because he really wanted to, but look, John Wesley Hardin was he was a murderer. He wrote a book about himself.
They called it gentleman.
Oh, he probably called himself the gentleman gunslinger.
I think they called him the gentleman.
Yeah, because he wore a suit.
Was he worse?
He was one of the guys. But he was also related to killing Jim Miller, who was a hitman. Did he just say no? Okay, he's associated with
Not really.
Jim Miller, and he was part of the court case that was taking place here. Long story on that end. I won't go into it. But he ended up here. But this is, golly, it's so confusing. Let's go back to John Wesley Hardin's beginning. Gunslinger, bad guy, killed all kinds of people, killed his first man when he was 14 years old. When he was in grade school, elementary school, he stabbed another student for stealing his pencil. The guy's a sociopath. Anyway.
Shot a guy to a wall for snoring.
Yeah, killed a guy for snoring too loud up in Abilene, Kansas, where Wild Bill Hickok was the sheriff at the time, a deputy in Central Texas. He got caught in Florida by Texas Rangers. That's pretty cool. But they brought him all the way back. They brought him back to do to face his crimes, and he got sentenced to 25 years in Huntsville prison. Huntsville still exists, by the way. He spent 17 years. He taught Sunday school, good behavior. This is all after all his escape attempts. Anyway, he studied law while he was in there. When he got out, he passed the bar. He became an attorney. Ended up in El Paso because of a case. He decided to say, "Hey, I'm gonna hang my shingle, as they call it. I'm gonna start my own law office or law practice here in El Paso." So he did. He wasn't here very long, but like I said, he was a sociopath. He was nuts. Somebody bet him $5 that he couldn't shoot a guy off of a crate. and just shoot the guy and make him fall off the crate. Whatever. He shot the guy. He killed the guy. The guy fell off the crate, so he won. It's like $100 back then. I guess it was worth it.
That's 2 shots.
So anyway, long story short, he gets into an altercation with a guy named John Selman. John Selman.
I mean, we can go to John.
Yeah, we should just go over to John Selman's place.
We can.
Well, you know what? We'll do John Selman later. John Selman's got a whole story on himself. John Selman knew Billy the Kid personally, and they didn't get along. We could talk about him for a little while later on. However, another episode. John Selman ended up killing John Wesley Hardin, shooting him in the back of the head in the Acme Saloon in 1895. That's how John Wesley Hardin ended up here. Had almost nothing to do with John Selman ending up in the ground over there. Yes. Had almost nothing to do with it. It still had something to do with the lead up. Here's the thing. Why did John Selman do it? Was he just angry and drunk? No. John Wesley Hardin actually paid a bunch of guys, or promised them pay, to kill a guy named Martin Morose. Martin Morose is right there. He's buried under the ground, right there. He paid these guys to do it. John Selman was one of them. So when Martin Morose came creeping across the bridge in the middle of the night with one of the guys that was put up to the task, these guys jumped out of the brush and shot Martin Morose to death. Now, who were these guys? One was, of course, was John Selman. He was the county constable. County constable was involved in this. Jeff Milton. Jeff Milton was the chief of police. He's another guy that shot him and ambushed him. Then there was another guy by the name of not Campbell, George Scarborough. George Scarborough was
The other George.
yeah, George Scarborough was the city marshal. Scarborough. And then there's also, don't remember his name off the top of my head, but there's a Texas Ranger, chief of police, city marshal, county constable. No, it wasn't Stoudemire? No, it was somebody that was way after his time. So basically, what happened was all the heads of the law enforcement agencies in town were ambushed Martin Morose and killed him for his money. He had almost $100,000 in today's money on his person, and they took his money. Yeah, he says, they took his money and they split it amongst each other. Selman did not get his cut, and that's why Selman was mad, and that's why he shot John Wesley Hardin in the back of the head in the Acme Saloon in 1895. That's what actually happened. We'll talk to John Selman later on. We'll get his side of the story, hopefully. If he's still around. Wait, did somebody just call me a culo? So it sounded like somebody said culo, and in Spanish, culo is asshole. So thank you for that.
Yes.
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 You guys are great. Talk to the spirits, man. You guys are awesome out here. Still trying to look for those people I saw earlier. Yeah, there's nobody. We're the only people out here, but I saw 2 people at least.
They weren't here. Where do you want to go next?
Hey, let's go over to John Selman.
You want to do John Sumner right
I won't do the whole John Selman story. I'll give you a hint of next time.
now? This is the plan for Wednesday, so
Yep.
you want to grab the.
Okay, guys, we're both filling our hands here with our stuff. We're going to make our way to John Selman's burial site. All right. He's going to turn off the spirit box for now, save some batteries. We're going to make our way over. Haven't seen any rattlesnakes out here today, which is good. All these roads, by the way, were originally here. So nobody's buried underneath the roads. presumably. I did talk to Patricia. She said that John Hale, who is another gunfighter legend in El Paso, is not buried here as far as they know. They do not know where he's at. We've been searching for that guy for years. All right, here we are. Take a left turn. There's Alex bringing up the rear. This is a little road I saw somebody walking on. And they just disappeared in front of my eyes. It's about a year ago. That was a surprise. Sometimes they look like they are living, breathing human beings. Buffalo Soldier Drive. You know, maybe one day we'll be able to get into the symbology of some of these headstones. What do they mean? Almost everything has a meaning. Quick turn over here. This is Veterans Drive. Location of Camp Concordia, generally. That's not the actual location of the whole camp, of course. You guys see what I mean? It's huge. What? We're actually going to where I saw those people, by the way. Freaking disappeared. Well, it's a good day when you actually get to see a full body apparition. Take a shortcut. I'm not walking on that. Somebody. We'll cut across here. Of course, I'm probably walking on so many people right now, I just can't see them. Here he is. He's near what we call the vortex. Yeah. The vortex over here is where Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, used to do his rituals. Right there, guys. Let's see. Let's put the camera this side. In the shade. In the shade where we get the light. Here we go. Oh, it says, oh, something went wrong.
Huh? Oh.
Still there, though.
Yeah, it's probably because I walked too far away.
Okay, this one looks like it's still on. All right, guys, let's see if we can't make contact with John Selman today.
Remember, this is running off of my hotspot. Yes.
All right, John's dead. Now, John. Anyway, you can, and your voice will right there.
There you go. Back working.
trying to see what you guys say to me, okay? Mr. Selman,
We're gonna put these over here.
can it pick up the, there we go. Mr. Selman, my name is Leon. I speak to people from beyond the grave, or who are in the grave. I speak to the dead. I can't hear you with my ears. I can, however, hear you through that piece of equipment, through that machine we have right there, making noise.
So quiet.
Yeah. We were just over at the grave of John Wesley Hardin. What did he say? Talked over it. I read many things about what transpired that day in 1895. Before I can ask you these questions, I need to know that you can actually speak through that thing. Like I said, my name is Leon. This is Alex.
Hi.
Are you able to say one of our names so we know we're speaking to you? If somebody's here and knows where John Selman is, can you ask him to come talk to us? That's his phone. It's a little bit difficult with the equipment we have with us today. Today we want to speak with John Selman. John Henry Selman, El Paso Constable.
It's an interesting way of wording that.
Yes.
Come on.
It says Slayer of John Wesley Hardin, August 19th, 1895. That's what it says.
Slayer, not even
Slayer. Well, same female voice, child. So, Constable Selman. Oh, hi. Can I call you John? I understand that you knew the Coe brothers, William Antrim, Billy the Kid, William Bonney.
Yeah.
Say get out.
Yeah.
I said yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really like, yeah.
Well, you probably feel vindicted a little bit to know that Billy the Kid was actually struck down by Pat Garrett in Lincoln. Possibly. Some people think that Billy the Kid actually went on to live a nice long life. Possibly in Hico, Texas, possibly in Mexico. We don't know.
Is it those two visits?
Yeah.
Two different voices.
Yeah. It's possible. We don't know. We never found the body of Billy the Kid in modern times. No, we don't know where he's at. They claim that his body lies up in Lincoln, but we don't know for sure. Now, is it true that you had a hand in the murder of Martin Morose? Were you one of the people present when Martin Moroz was killed in that garbage dump on the riverbank of the Rio Grande. Coming here out of respect, we just want to clear the air a little bit and find out what really happened. There is no judgment. You're not going to get in any trouble. You can't exactly go to jail. We just want to know the truth. That's all.
I mean, we've talked to you before.
Yeah, I want to. Either leave or please. John, where's your son buried? Is he buried near here? Where's Junior?
I remember I pointed out one. They're like, no, it's over there. I was like, 2 months.
But his son was buried, like, he died years later.
Yeah, but he's still in this.
Yeah, it could be further over there, too. Because that one was 1909 over there. We'd also like to find your son if it's possible.
Straight.
Straight. Straight that way? Straight that way.
And you
So it's in a straight line. Is it that way? Because I was facing this way. Is it that way? Over here. I can't see you. Said over here, or somebody did. I was like, I can't see you. Stop. Family plot. Huh? Okay, it's not him. Old one? It's an old one? Yeah. He said it's an old one.
The cemetery was old.
Yeah. Is it over here?
I tell you, I remember it wasn't that far away.
We'd like to talk to you another time, though. Maybe when the conditions are better. We talked to Florida Wolf, Lady Wolf, or Lady Flo. She said she was born in Cuba.
right.
They said right here. Okay. Okay. It's not going to be that one. Is it possible he's buried next to you? That looks like just the base.
It says 1912.
It said base right there.
1912.
Did it say 1912?
That's 2. That's a 1.
We have to find out when your son died.
Well, let's see. He died in 1896, right?
Yeah, 1896.
That's 1912, probably.
His son was. Oh God, I think he was in his 30s.
1912.
Could be. Is that your son's headstone?
That would make sense with this one. That's a new one.
This one's recently put in place.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I said, mira. Those people standing there. Oh yeah. Take it. Underneath the tree. They're still there.
Talking about the weird bushy tree that goes to the gate. That's the gate.
Maybe I'll see in the gate. I know. There. I tell you what, guy, I did see people here, right here. Two of them.
Aside from us.
Oh, sorry, Joe.
That's a good question. Is he buried that way or this way? Ah.
I think they're buried like this, but I'm not sure.
Normally, yes.
Normally, yes. But did they move this one around? It's all around.
I mean, yeah. If the name this way, normally it would be.
Yeah. I think.
But then, you know, you have things like, what if the ground shifted and they're standing, you know?
Yeah, and this type of dirt, man, it shifts all over the place.
We're on the fault line. Something's on fire way up there.
Well, it is.
Way up.
It is almost 2:30. We should probably pick this up next week.
Next week, what are we doing? Flo and
Probably Lady Flo. Oh yeah. Diamond Dig. Diamond Dig. We'll concentrate on that. That's the plan. That's the plan. So depends on the weather, depends on everything. So that's the plan.
So it's going to be a Wednesday thing. We're trying to max out as many sites as we can per cemetery, and there's a lot here. A lot. So next week will be Lady Flo over there.
Yep. Right.
Whatever he said. Again, he does history. I don't.
And I'm still trying to learn the Concordia Cemetery area, guys. 65,000 bodies buried out here. I should try to find specific ones. It's kind of difficult.
If you guys want to know where Night Stalker did his little rituals, bring you around real fast. Right in that area, right there. Known as the vortex. Then we're gonna spin you back around to the end. He was trying to get out of shot, but you know. Yeah, so this is a Wednesday thing, cemetery thing. We're trying to brush up on a lot of history, do a little paranormal thing going here, and
We're gonna get better at it. This is a beta. This is a beta, guys. This is a beta.
no tour this Friday. Right?
No tour this Friday.
So yeah, you can see us on Friday. Next Wednesday we'll be here again, and from there, who knows where we go. I don't think we're gonna mess with the Jewish cemetery too much. Looks a little overgrown.
I don't think we're allowed in there. That's why the walls are.
No, you can still go in, but you just have to go through the front gate.
They're like, stay out, Gentile.
Anyways, follow us on Discord. This will be up on YouTube probably in about an hour and a half. Facebook, all those wonderful things. There's a link tree somewhere.